So let's take a look at another form of organizational structure which is quite important in business, and that is the matrix form. And the matrix is a bit unique, a bit more complex than the other structures we've looked at because it's actually a combination of two different organizational forms. It could be product and customer forms, a combination of those, or it could be a geographic form overlaid with a customer focus. So in this case, we have a matrix structure, and it's divided in two ways. Our structure is divided very definitely by a geographic focus. We have North America, European, and Pacific areas. And the managers for each of these divisions, or probably most likely vice presidents of the Pacific area, would have a director for Japan, and this Japanese director would be responsible for all the products that the company happens to sell into Japan. Likewise, there'd be a North American vice president and likely a director for the United States, and this director for the United States would be responsible for all the products that the company sells in the United States. So if we clear this out, that's one layer of structure. The other structure comes from, in this case, a product structure. We have vice presidents for each of the main product groups that the company sells. So we have a vice president for the chemical products group, vice president for consumer products group, and a vice president for the automobile group. And so in the case of the consumer products vice president, he or she would be ultimately responsible for all the consumer products the company sells throughout the world, throughout all the regions the company sells to. Likewise, the automotive director would be responsible for all the products, automobile products, the company sells throughout the world. So as a product manager, and let's say this company is General Mills, and you have been hired as the product manager for Cheerios cereal in the United States. And so you would fit somewhere right in here in this organizational structure. You would be product manager for the United States, so you'd report to the United States director, and you'd also be reporting to the director for consumer products group since you're selling a cereal. So you'd be right in this sweet spot here as the product manager for cereals in the United States. And you and your team then would actually report to two managers. You'd report to the director for the United States up here, and you'd also report to the director for a consumer products company. So what are the advantages of this matrix structure? And if you're down here as the product manager, some of the advantages are that there's more cross-functional work in the business. As the manager, you'd be getting a lot of expertise from the United States perspective and all the resources this division can provide to you as a product manager. But you'd also be getting lots of expertise, support, and assistance from the consumer products people, the experts in consumer products. So you're benefiting, and through your meetings, your planning sessions, you're getting perspectives from two different perspectives, the United States perspective and from the product perspective. And you can use those resources as you best see fit to increase sales or whatever it might be for your product. So what are some of the drawbacks of the matrix structure? Well, one is certainly the potential for conflict is a big issue. We can get lots of conflict, and the conflict can come from that we're reporting to two people. We have a manager up here and a manager here, and they might have different personalities, different agendas, different goals, and that can create some conflict for you when you're right stuck in the middle. And it can just be more complex when you're dealing with more people involved. It can add to the complexity of what you're trying to manage as well. So the matrix structure is good. It's used a lot, but it does provide lots of benefits, but there is potential for more complexity and more conflict.